Hey guys, this is James Caldwell, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about some random shows that I actually ran into this weekend, if I can. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Um, it was interesting. I had run into this new little show with Flex, Alexander, and Shanice Wilson, and it wasn't enough for me to do a whole video on it just yet. But this is just some of the things that I actually noticed about the little show. We've always kind of wondered what the hell happened with Shanice Wilson. Um, you know, the girl has a voice that is phenomenal. It's undeniable that the baby has a voice, and her voice is still just as strong and just as pure and pretty as it ever was. But then she kind of just fell off the radar. You'll see her on YouTube doing a little something here or there or whatever, but she just kind of fell off of the radar. And right within the first episode, we kind of found out she actually went ahead and got her a meeting together with Babyface to kind of find out what went on. She had another meeting prior to that where this guy basically had told her, it was management. Back in the day, your mother was a motherfucker to work with. You know what I mean? And he felt as though her mother's management was a lot of the demise of her career. And just from watching the mother on the show, I could see some of that. I was like, oh, girlfriend, honey, I don't know if you want her running your shit. But she ended up firing the mother from her management. She's seeking new management. She, like I said, she went and got a meeting with Babyface. Basically told her, you know what, it wasn't just your mom. Yeah, that was a part of it, but it wasn't just your mom. But the thing to do now, keep writing, keep singing, let that shit go, let that shit stay in the past, and work on where you're going, and don't worry about that shit, which I thought was like the best advice in the world. Um, she got 9 motherfuckers living in her house, and I didn't know that she actually had such. They had so many financial problems. Like they really came out with the fact that they had cars repossessed and house going into foreclosure. Just they really had seen a hard time because Flex was doing really really good. That one-on-one show was on for like 5 seasons, but I guess they probably fucked up a lot of money, and a lot of it they probably they lived on their money. It's been quite a long time. Their kids are really cute though. But they got the 2 kids. They got the mama and her goddamn husband living in the house. They got the one little 2 cousins. Then they got the one uncle that I swear that motherfucker's on prescription marijuana. Talking about he's in touch with the spirits. I said, no, you hiding the motherfucker is what you is. Um, and there was some more motherfuckers in there, but there's a total of 9 people living in this house. I said, I don't know. I don't know if I could commit to them every week, but it was very interesting, and it did really clear up a lot of things that I was thinking about when it came to Shanice Wilson on there. Now, one thing that I will say, I'm looking at the shit that she's singing, and I'm looking at just even little things that you'll see whenever somebody does call her out for something. She's still singing this "I Love Your Smile" or shit like that. Shanice, that all works, but baby, you got to grow up. You've grown, you've gotten older, but you got to grow up. I Love Your Smile, yes, it's a beautiful song, and it does make you smile. But I know as an artist, you have to grow, and I don't feel like she's grown. Stop writing your own music or something, or unless you're going to write differently. She might want to seek somebody else's music because all this hippity happity hoppy shit, you're too old for that, and you're not showing any growth. I Love Your Smile. She could probably rewrite that song in itself. I Love Your Smile. You can tell her and Flex, they've always been like a cute power couple. And I'm sure she does love to smile, but I'm sure it's not the same as when she came out with that song. I'm sure it's something totally different because right now, y'all have been through the loss of cars and property and shit like that. And I'm sure there were times that she didn't have nothing to look forward to but his smile. But that's a whole nother song now, ain't it? So maybe she need to focus on that. Focus on your grown-up life. Fuck all that bubblegum popcorn ass music because right now we're not even in that era. The girls that are young, like she was when she wrote that song, don't sing no shit like that. So Either she need to grow up with her lyrics or seek some lyrics from somebody else. But that I'm just saying, I want to see the child do well. And the thing is, her voice is still there, still there. That girl can still belt. She sing her ass off. But anyway, so that's what I seen on that little show. Then I caught a couple episodes of Iyanla Van Zant Fix My Life. And I was, famous. I was watching Iyanla. I would watch her every week. I love Iyanla. I love her because she's so motherfucking upfront and she's so unapologetic, which I absolutely love. Um, Same kind of thing. She's on the same thing. She had a show on where there was too many motherfuckers living in a house again. You had the mother, the fucking daughter, and her husband, and their two kids living in the house. Then she got the baby boy. He's living in there. His fucking girlfriend coming in there, and they laying up. And when we get all the way down to it, it was the mother's issue. The mother basically wanted to be rid of the daughter's boyfriend. She wanted to be rid of the son's girlfriend. And that's what it all really broke down to. That's what I saw, you know. And they went through all them different changes. And everybody in the house, I believe, was kind of scared of the youngest boy because this motherfucker was punching holes in walls, carrying on. I said, "Child, this is too much." But it was classic Iyanla, she gives you, you're not going to disrespect me. You get all that from her. I love her. But that was basically it. So it was still doing what it's always done. Then they showed an episode where I was very happy to actually see this side of it, where there were three sisters and a niece that ran a business, black folks. Three sisters and a niece. The niece wrote the letter for Iyanla to come because they had tension within the family and they wanted to get it corrected. Well, the niece, the one that wrote the letter, was an hour and a half late showing up. So, from the door, her and Iyanla didn't click, baby. Then she was a young girl, and we got to see right away what the problem was. This bitch was spoiled rotten. Her and her mother basically felt as though their ass weighed a ton. Well, there's actually two sisters that felt like their ass weighed a ton. So they couldn't get it. And I mean, they would go at each other, and they were doing too much. Doing too much is, oh, I would like to look at your credit report and all this. Bitch, you're not looking at my credit report. The fuck you need to look at my credit report for, whore? It was shit like that. And then they backbite each other a lot. And there was the one sister that was just genuine and normal. Them other two were just a mess. And the one had the daughter. The daughter, that bitch was off the fucking chain. But as soon as she came in, you saw where the problem lies. She was the whore that wrote the letter. She tried to get real quick with her lip was trying to get real quick with Iyanla, baby. Iyanla let her ass have it. Talk, girl, what you won't do is do all that, baby. I'm not going to do that with you. You're a motherfucking kid, honey. So she really got on my nerves. But I said, all Iyanla needed to fix them. And then they never really did fix anything. They said they weren't ready to do the work. That's what I was like happy to see, that it doesn't always have a good outcome. People aren't always ready to deal with the truth. And then that little young bitch she was running jack between the sisters. She was running back and forth, causing confusion between the sisters. A mess. She was a fucking mess. Her and her mammy. And the grandmammy wasn't no better. We never got to see her, but when her daughter, got called out on her shit, I'm going to call grandma, so. I said, see, and the grandmother had actually raised her. That little whore, all they needed was one thing to fix their life. Iyanla, baby, all you needed was a stick and take that bitch and beat her motherfucking ass. That's all they needed for the whole show. The show could have been wrapped up in 15 minutes. She needed a stick and beat that bitch's ass, and it would have been a wrap. But anyway, they didn't. They decided they didn't want to do the work, and that was that. And Iyanla was like, "Fuck y'all, honey, I'm going home." So I was happy to see that, the real side, that everybody doesn't get their problem fixed. But I love Iyanla Van Zant. I really do. I love her. I love her approach to how she handles things. And I love the fact that she will get in your ass if you step wrong with her at all. She gets right in your ass. She don't think about it. Because that's one of my things. I'm always going over conversations in my head. And then I get pissed off, when I could have probably snatched it up in the first place. Child, Iyanla, you're not getting anywhere with her. She gonna get your ass dead up in the beginning. I live for that. I live for the fact that she does that. My mother is the same way. She sees the shit coming and she stops the shit. Me, for some reason, I don't know, the shit always gets started. Then after the shit starts, then I go to fuck off and everybody's like, well, I can't believe you did whatever. But I work on it. I work on it, stopping the bullshit as it comes. And I'm sure I'll get better the longer I get to stay on the planet. I'll continue to work on it. I'm just saying. Um, the third show and the last show that I'm actually going to talk about here was a show called "Sing Your Face Off." I had never heard of this, didn't know anything about it. It was the second episode of it. RuPaul was a guest judge, um, and they had two other people. They were like music execs, but what they were they were celebrities who actually came and they basically did drag. Is basically what they did. There were men and women, but it wasn't always a female male switch or anything like that. They went to vocal lessons, they went to choreographers, and then they literally glammed them out to be these people. Um, I came in, it was already going on. I came in on Lisa Rinna, which is the soap opera star married to Harry Hamlin, or yeah, Harry Hamlin. That's his name. But anyway, they had her dressed as Britney Spears. Now, Lisa Rinna is easily shit knocking on 50's door. If she ain't past 50, they had her dressed as Britney Spears. And she did the whole schoolgirl thing. That bitch had that look down. They did her look down. And she sang um, that hit me one more time shit. But what was funny is I said, Lord have mercy, reality and live TV, honey. She comes around and she goes to climb up on one of the judges' lap. Baby, he dropped her. She fell on the floor. He rolls out of the chair and falls on top of her, baby. I said, Lord have mercy. I said, damn, I wasn't at home. So I couldn't catch it on my DVR, honey. I was at my mother's house. A mess. They fell on the goddamn floor. I said, this is too many things. Then they literally, when he got up off the floor and all that, he going to say to her husband in the audience, I understand it. A mess. And then I just kept watching her. She kept jumping up on all the men. She kept jumping in men's laps, like even when they were like doing the talking and all that, jumping up on men, jumping on. I said, y'all, somebody need to click her off button. She was really too many things. Just slutty. You better cut it out, honey, with them big ass lips. But anyway, real interesting show. They had one rock star. They turned him into Lady Gaga. And the thing, he was just a big old man, child. It was what it was. But you couldn't get the vocal. He sang the shit out of Bad Romance. Very, very interesting show, though. Somebody did paparazzi and all that. It was good. It was a good show. But I was kind of miffed because it came on Channel 4. It was ABC. But I've not seen any type of advertisement for this show at all. And it's a good show. I think they have a bad day. So I don't know if they're going to actually make it or not. But I said I would definitely tune in next week to see what they have going on because they're supposed to be turning this girl into, she was Tina Turner this time. They're turning her into Michael Jackson. And then they said they won't actually eliminate anybody until the fourth week. It seemed like a very interesting show. So look it up, guys. It's called Sing Your Face Off. And it came on Saturday at, I believe it was 9 o'clock. But anyway, that's it. I just want to wrap up. I just had some random things I ran into this past weekend, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit, see what you think. You can thumbs up or thumbs down. Thank you for clicking on the video. Leave me comments. I love when you guys leave comments to see what you're thinking or who actually seen it and what you guys think. And that's it. You can follow me at Spill It Boy on Twitter, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.